don't think I'm ever gonna become vegan, but like I understand the fight for like helping animals, and I do agree that we as the human race have just kind of been causing a lot of problems and breaking a lot of natural structures. Um, I think there's always going to be kind of a difference in my mind between like humans and other animals, just because I am a human and I live in a human society.
Yeah.
Um, but I understand. I do wish that the world could be a little more like I don't know, a little
In
more working
solidarity.
with animals.
Yeah, I feel like that solidarity can only truly come if we do stop, if we get rid of that. Like when I mentioned like the speciesism, like this discrimination based on species, that is like it's from the human supremacy, right? We're just here. There's like a little like box. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Totally. And then your friends can come closer at any point too if they want. But
Sorry.
no, you're good. You're good. What's your name?
Hi, I'm Mouse.
Mouse
I'm
and
Emily.
Emily. Nice to meet you guys.
Nice to meet
I'm
you.
Elvin.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. So sorry, let me get my sign really quick. Okay, so our sign says, "Should the powerful have the right to oppress the powerless?" What would you say?
I don't think that's a right anyone should have.
Right,
like, being able to
right,
oppress
yeah.
one another.
The rest of our sign kind of points to that. It's kind of to build common ground, right? So like we see the guy is stronger than the girl, quotes on everything, and or he's smarter, or she's smarter than him because of her IQ. That doesn't give us the right to oppress anybody, right? Like
Yeah.
there's no trait that anybody could have. That means like it's okay for us to use them in any way or treat them differently, discriminate, whatever.
Yeah.
So okay, so would you agree that? So we agree that there is no like that you can think of. Maybe you can take a moment right now and try to think of one really hard, like maybe any situation. But like, can you think of anything or no?
Not particularly. I feel like if you have like kind of like if you have some sort of like some privilege over another person, that doesn't give you any sort of right or standing to take
Yeah.
away what little privilege they have or the other person may have.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd say if anything, if someone has more power or privilege, they kind of have a responsibility to help other people.
Exactly. Like right, we have sayings like with the more power comes more responsibility, right?
Right,
Like
yeah.
as humans, I think, or as we evolve and grow, like we should take that power and use it to help others. So what we then ask, and like people start to differ when we get to this point, is like when we talk about who somebody is, like what somebody looks like or their cognitive abilities. We kind of ignore animals, like in this context, like the animals that we either eat for food or some people use for entertainment, like rodeos or greyhound racing in some areas, right? So like we asked the question of like what really, like, 'cause it's not like a gotcha or anything. Like a lot of people, including me, like I didn't really start thinking about this until about a year ago, and so now I'm just like trying to get other people to think about it, right? But so like what really makes the difference there? Like what allows us to do different things to different animals, and really like who set that system up? Like
Yeah.
who's literally like who's benefiting from that, and who's more importantly like who's the victim of that, which is like the animals that we use. What do you think about that?
I'd say probably in general society, it's a question of like perceived sentience. Of like you can't really look at an animal and go, oh, this thing has like actual thoughts. But like generally, I just disagree with causing any type of pain to anything. So like I'm vegetarian. I don't
great.
eat animals, and I disagree with like using them for entertainment in a way that would be harmful to them. But like.
Yeah, like they should be able to make their own preferences and do their own things that they find enjoyable. Like we may not understand the sports that horses like to play because like they don't want to. They may not want to play polo. Like so they have like those things that they swing and they get hit or like.
Yeah.
So like allowing these animals to like build their own communities and foster their own relationships where they can play sports or become athletes of their own, that in itself is a little bit of an anthropomorphization, but just seeing that like they deserve that right to build that community, and we like until we allow them to do so, or like, we're at the same time restricting our ability to build that community, either with them or alongside them, or whether it's in tandem or not. So I want to ask a question, like, have you guys ever thought, like, and there's a lot of stigma around it, like, misconceptions and stuff like that, but like about veganism, like I know you're a vegetarian, but have you heard about veganism at all? Like,
Yeah. I think there's like a...
I'm so sorry, my phone's ringing. Hold on just a minute.
Sorry, brain spaced out.
no worries.
Sorry, the internet disconnected. You're connected.
Oh, perfect.
Whoa. Sorry.
Oh, no worries.
Yeah, no, I'm great.
We're just talking about like preconceived notions of veganism, or like anything you've heard before. Like, what is your thoughts like on?
Yeah, no, I mean, I think it's fine if someone wants to be vegan. I don't like the whole, like, other people pushing their beliefs on other people. I think that's not really cool.
Well, I just mean like the definition. Like, what do you think the definition is?
I mean, definition of veganism, just like not eating anything that comes from animals. I think that's a cool idea. I think that's something that's difficult in this society.
Yeah,
but
it can be. It can be for a lot of people. Yeah. Like being plant-based. But veganism, right? Okay, so actually, veganism is actually the idea that we should be, or what's it called? It's like what's the word? Oh, it's a moral principle, or like an ethical stance, right? Against the exploitation of all all sentient beings. And so a consequence of that, right, is then not eating meat or not eating eggs and dairy. There's a lot of like part of it that does get focused on the food part, right? Because like it's the most part that we interact with in our lives is food, and it's one of the most important things to people that like go throughout their day. But really, like, veganism is just like the non-action, right? It's deciding that like I'm not going to do that, or like I'm gonna move my hand away from this product because I know it can cause this amount of harm or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
And so like once you have that understanding, like that's what makes you vegan. And then like everything you do after that is consequences of being vegan, like not going to zoos or stuff like that, because like you understand that these systems are all like built off the oppression of animals. Do you agree that like we're oppressing animals? Like oppression is prolonged cruel treatment. Yeah, you agree?
Yeah.
When I guess I want to say like when I say all of this stuff, like and you think about maybe what it would look like for you to be plant-based, or be plant-based and maybe start going vegan or learning about veganism, because there's a learning curve like to go through a little bit. You can maybe take some time to start really seeing animals as like who they are, because like there's so many ways that media and like everything around makes us think that makes us forget about them. Like we use words like oh, they were treated like an animal, but it's like we're all animals and we should never be offended when somebody says that, like because like, but yet again, like through media and through like historical like colonization processes, like they have used animalization as a tool to demean humans, when really we're all one group, and it's just as arbitrary as a borderline when we look at differences that we decide to like discriminate each other on. Have you heard of speciesism at all?
Is that like the kind of prejudice against like different
species?
And,
Like it's basically like racism or sexism,
Yeah.
right? You just have speciesism and discrimination on species-based discrimination. So, like I don't know. It's just really important things to look into. I don't know if those things are interesting to you so far.
Because this will be here soon, and that's like another addition to that.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, no, I can let you guys go. I just want to give you a card first, I guess. Or let me give you each one here. Would you like one too, maybe? Or no?
No.
Okay, no worries. Any thoughts you want to leave me with or anything like that?
I don't think I'm ever gonna become vegan, but like I understand the fight for like helping animals, and I do agree that we as the human race have just kind of been causing a lot of problems and breaking a lot of natural structures. I think there's always going to be kind of a difference in my mind between like humans and other animals, just because I am a human and I live in a human society.
Yeah.
But I understand. I do wish that the world could be a little more like I don't know, a little
In
more
solidarity.
working with animals.
Yeah. Well, like part of that solidarity, I truly believe, and I'll only leave it with this because like I'm trying to, I want you to let you go too, but I feel like that solidarity can only truly come if we do stop, if we get rid of that. Like when I mentioned like the speciesism, like the discrimination based on species, that is like it's from the human supremacy, right? And human supremacy is what says like, we're humans, so like we inherently do matter more, like we feel more connected to our own species. That's just because over time, like that's who we've interacted with. We've cut ourselves off, from communicating in nature, like actually with animals as they should be. And so with that combined with like, what happens in the egg and dairy industry, I don't know, like if you've like done that research already, but it's
Okay.
yeah, no worries. But I just encourage you to look into it, and just think more about speciesism and human supremacy. Thank you so much. Have a great day.